We are live.
With coffee. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Which coffee cup do I? Oh, it's one of my favorites. I've had this one a lot.
Good morning,
lately.
good morning.
Do we have multiples of this one?
No, it's always getting washed and put in the front.
Ah,
So
I like that. I like that. I could get used to that. It's one of my favorites, California Adventure. What's going on, my friends? Let's see who is here early in the morning. I love seeing you guys here. Before we get started. It's amazing. Make it blue. Caitlin's in the house. Good morning to you. The Sure Nuts 60 in the house. Myers in the house. That's Mama. Welcome in. Big Dizzy fans in the house. What's going on? Dean Bancroft's in the house. Thanks for being a member of the channel, my friend. What else? Who else? When else? The Hitchhiking Bones are in the house. Our fellow Texans. Big Dizzy fan.
For us.
Surfer Girl. So yeah, it's a beautiful day. Speaking of Surfer Girl. In the house, what's going on? JLB Nerdy won a prize this weekend. Got on the board on our contest, which we'll talk about in a minute, and won a pin. I don't know what you get. I think you took Queen of Hearts. Pretty sure they picked the Queen of Hearts. Playing with the Queen of Hearts, Juice Newton. All right, I think that's everybody. Hello and welcome. Happy Monday. We are going to work today. I'm going to work from home. She's going to go into the office. I you know what? It's weird. Like I was just thinking right as I set up the show and I'm done. I relaxed. I thought, what am I doing today? Yeah. So I looked at my calendar. As if it was 8 weeks ago, as if there might be things on my calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's a time not that long ago that on a Sunday night I would look at my calendar. And so on Monday morning to look at it felt lazy to see what am I forgetting? What do I got to prep for? What meeting do I have? Whatever. Who do I got to call?
What classes are we teaching?
What classes we're teaching? What prep do I need to do?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and I didn't even do it. I mean, I did it, but I didn't. And because there's nothing there. There's nothing on my calendar for Disney showing 107 down 1.5%. Talking about Shanghai reopening on the TV right now with some restrictions. I think that it's not that long ago to think 8 weeks ago my calendar would have been full and I'd be thinking about all the things I'm doing this week. And so now I'm thinking, oh, well, she's going in and one of my daughters is going in and I'm going to work from home. This show will be over at 10 o'clock our time. Mm-hmm. I'll watch the Pat Flynn show because I can. I'll watch Mama on Myers and the Mouse. I'll be done at 11, and that'll be when I start my work day, honestly. During the Pat Flynn show and the Mama and the Mouse show, I will check my emails, of which it'll mostly be deleting stuff that I don't care about.
Right.
And then I'll write up an email, do a video for my board members. If I get to it, I'll be done by 2 o'clock at the worst.
I mean, we haven't been
able to do like that's me being slow.
Normal anything, so.
Isn't that weird?
Weird. It is weird. No classes.
It feels lazy.
No lesson plans.
I feel lazy
for school.
And this whole time and I appreciate it. A lot of people in this chat have said it. Oh, you're so busy. I'm so busy. Who's busy right now?
Well, I mean, our usual workday is we do a lot,
but I mean, I guess. But
yeah.
Do you feel lazy?
A little bit.
And you're the least lazy person I know. It's
just
weird.
Because I'm not planning. I'm used to like planning every week a new theme, new stuff for kids to do, classes. I'm teaching elementary science, or I was. Now I'm gonna teach creative writing next.
Oh yeah.
Next time, yeah, elementary creative writing. I think kids need to learn to love to write, so
I might do
developing that.
I might do an introduction into podcasting because I think the kids will like that.
Yeah. For sure.
I might. A lot of news on the virus front, a lot of news on the stock front, some news on the Disney front. Let's start with Disney. Shanghai Disney's over. Oh, you know, a bunch of other people jumped in chat.
Your mom is here.
My mom's in the chat. Good morning, my mom.
Morning.
If you missed it, my mom and my kid's mom were my guests on DizTube last night. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you did.
Yeah.
And I hope mom did. I talked to her afterwards. She seemed to. I love it. And you know what? I did get some nice feedback. A couple of people were saying, hey, please have your mom on more, which happens every time I have her on. And obviously, everybody loves Paula, too. So thank you if you're watching. If you didn't, you can check out the replay. DizTubes every Sunday night. Hello, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. +1. Addie family in the house. What's going on? Mar in Memphis. Hello, my friend. Thank you for being a member of the channel. At JLB, thank you for being a member of the channel. Zippity Doodad, my man. Patrick, I always say it. One of the best names ever for YouTube and a good friend of mine. Great channel. How are you, buddy? Hope you're having a great day. I think of you. I think of you and I think of Chef because I know I live in Texas. I have lots of friends in San Diego, but people in the great Northeast are being dealing with a bigger situation than we are as it relates to the virus.
Yeah.
In Massachusetts, I don't even remember Zip. Is that right? I think somewhere up in the beautiful north where they're having snow. Do you see they had snow?
No.
Zip had a funny, it's a snow mowing thing. But anyway, welcome in, my friend. I'm glad to see you here.
He didn't mow snow.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I guess it was a TikTok thing when he posted it on his Instagram. And I actually, in my head, I'm thinking of what our friend Blue Nose did in reaction to Zips now that I think about it. But regardless, hello, Patrick. Welcome in. Orlando Mike in the house. Thanks for being a member. Life of Danny in the house. Thanks for being a member. I love you guys. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I hope I'm caught up in chat. Did I catch up in chat? I don't know. I think I am. I'm good, Jeff. Yes, we are both. I thought it was in Mass. Yeah. So I hope. Are you guys at work? Are you guys free from this? Are you stuck in the house? We've been at work for about a week and a half now, and you know, not full time, but our store's open is what I mean by that.
Right. Stores open.
Obviously, our after school program's not yet.
Right. No kids though.
You know, I can tell you Hong Kong's doing better because the protests started up again. That's insane.
Oh.
I think it's interesting. You know, I kind of predicted on the show a couple of weeks back that we're about to approach that some part of the nation's going to reopen and some part's going to be mad at this part for reopening. And boy, I think we're there. But Shanghai Disney's open. Apparently they're wearing masks. Social distancing, I believe. I didn't really read the entire article about it, but I've been looking at some video. Our city has a 10% death rate. 669 confirmed, 70 deaths. Wow. 10%. Wow. You have 700 people. 10% death rate. Would mean 10% of the people who got it died? That is terrifying, my man. Jeez, you stay safe. That is terrifying. See, that's the thing. And it's weird. It hit old folks' homes. It hit prisons, and it hit very urban, northeastern cities.
Like
it's weird.
Our area actually had a jump in positive tests, and it was like 500, yes. But it was all in the prison.
Yeah.
That was on the news this morning. The big thing in this area. They're all in
the county where our store is. We've talked about this on the show. Only 4.
Hardly any
death is horrible. Right. Any death is horrible. But 4 deaths, 2 of which were on the ship, and then the other 2 were the family members, older family members of that. It's just it's a regional thing currently, and it's terrifying.
Because I mean, where we live in Fort Worth, we're much more locked down than Hood County, just an hour away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's definitely more cases here. I mean,
well, but even when they were talking about how Dallas is going to get overrun, there was like 3 Fridays ago, they were talking about the Dallas hospital is going to go overrun. And then Monday, they're like, well, we have like 10 people in the whole, in beds here with it. And 200 beds were open. So it's just, I guess it is what it is. Good morning, T. Marie. Welcome in. Thanks for being a member of the channel. North Carolina has been hit hard. Nursing homes, yeah, boy, nursing home thing is scary stuff.
Nursing homes everywhere, like even in California where my parents live, the 3 that are kind of near their house, they were saying that it's been hit pretty hard.
I need to talk to my kids about not putting me in a nursing home. But anyway, it is what it is. But the good news for our little Disney community here is Disney's reopening. I think that people are going to be mad at us. I do. I think here's what's going to happen. Prediction time with Jeff. Take it for what it's worth. 0. Disney's going to open. Disney's going to be open at full blast. People are going to make fun of it. Nationally, people are going to have memes about how crazy we are. I'm not going to be there first day because I don't live there, but I'll be there in October.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be full blast. I think it'll be limited capacity.
Well, what I mean by full blast is every ticket will be sold. And
oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. For
Billy
sure.
A., welcome in. Good to see you again. A nursing home in my county in New York has more than half. Yeah, my gosh. But again, is it bad to be positive? It's bad to be sick. It's bad to be dead. Is it bad to be positive? I don't know.
Testing positive versus like having full-blown really bad symptoms is different.
Yeah. So what my thoughts are, to finish my thought, is I believe we will reopen in June. For sure, I think undeniable. I think there's a 0% chance we won't be open by June. And I know lots of people disagree with that. I actually think we're going to be open in May, and I know it's May 11th right now. I still believe that. I thought it from the beginning. As you know, if you come to the show, the prediction contest that we do that we'll go into in a minute that we'll have a little fun with. I picked Memorial Day. I still stick to that. I think that the parks will be open by Memorial Day. I just don't think it won't. And I think people are going to make fun of it. And I think people are going to, I hate to even say this, but want to see a spike. I think every little thing that happens is going to be called a spike, and I think there won't be a spike. And this is me making a prediction, so what the heck do I know? But there's people now talking about, oh, we can't go back. Johnson & Johnson's head scientist, we just watched him. He said we shouldn't go back until we get a vaccine. Vaccines take 5 to 7 years, people.
Right.
The fastest one in the history of history is 18 months. It's not going to happen. That is political talk, and it's crazy. So it's going to be an interesting, and I shared on the show before too. It's a shame that we have to have election years because people go nuts, and it's going to be even worse this year. It's been worse every year. The last 2 or 3 cycles have been insane. We're supposed to hate each other on Facebook, and it's going to be worse this year, and the virus is going to be part of it because people are under so much stress.
Right.
10% death rate that my friend's city is dealing with, and people's moms are in homes, and all these things. It's stressful. It's stressful. I had 2 people from my friends from California, one very specifically, reached out to me over the weekend saying, hey, are you open under these conditions? They live in California, we're in Texas, and they're checking on us to make sure we're not breaking the rules.
Oh my
God, that's kind of crazy.
Not even the same.
That's kind of crazy, right? And there's this world of everyone has to do what I feel. It's a little scary. So I guess what I'm trying to say is try to have a little compassion for other people and stop stressing out. And it's probably impossible to do for some people in some places. Like, part of me feels a little guilty about how I feel about it because I do live where I live, and we are, it seems,
it's
okay here.
It's not a heavily touched area.
Yeah, which also adds a little bit of guilt when my friend's talking about his city with 10%. It's a weird time. It's a weird time. A lot of my leaders who had temporary assignments, that they have been retrained in their original roles. Yeah, well, that's the thing too. That's a really good point. Is that Caitlin? A little grace goes a long way. AM Team Marie. There's a need right now to be willing to change. 30-something million people out of jobs. Now, a lot of those jobs are going to come back pretty quick, but some won't. And so some people, hey, Mikey, my favorite Jets fan, they're going to have to go back and retrain themselves or get a new job or whatever. Right. And that's hard. My good friend Lynn's going back to work this week. We were talking about that. And she's been doing her job for quite some time, yet she's going back in for orientation. Why? Because things have changed.
Things change. We had to change everything in our store.
Mikey, I'm great. Hope you are too.
There's
yeah,
gloves,
it is very different, right?
Guards, there's doors open.
I gotta be honest with you, the sneeze guard should have been up before. Like when I bought that, we bought 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I remember being happy with it, and then I thought we should have done this a long time ago, unrelated to a virus.
Because you don't think about it, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Especially where we work, because special people come in.
I mean, everybody, right? It is what it is, but and the mask thing, I don't know where you guys are, but in our little store in North Texas, people aren't wearing them anymore. We ask them to wear them. We provide them if you don't bring them. Hey, Citrus Swirl family, what's going on? Less than half was it Friday? We're wearing them. I was shocked. I was honestly, for the first time ever, I wore a mask. And I did it on purpose. I did it at the store. I was going to take pictures and we were going to promote it. And I chose not to because the customers were not doing it. It was very strange.
Well, and you have to remember, like, the world they're living in, it's not even a big deal.
We apparently were the more strict in our town.
We were definitely the more
apparently strict. No one else in town was doing it at all, and that's what the customers were bringing to us, but I didn't really believe it at first, but then
we had people get mad because we asked them to wear masks and they left.
We have a board member. I've shared this before. He's a friend of mine. He shops in our store. He's on my board, and he runs a local retail store that nobody has been wearing masks for over a week over there. And that was it is what it is. It's a very strange time right now. Everyone is living in different worlds that
different.
We turn in, we create on our own head. But anyway, I'm excited about Shanghai Disney being open. And so if you're new to the channel, welcome in. Let's talk about the contest, since I think it's a good segue talking about that. We have a contest right now to decide to predict when the Disney parks in the United States of America are going to open. So that's Disneyland or DCA, which obviously I believe will be open much later than the Walt Disney World parks. So whether it be Animal Kingdom or Magic Kingdom or Epcot or Hollywood Studios, when one of those opens, that's what we're trying to predict. And I've got a nice calendar written up here, and we're picking dates. My first date was Memorial Day. As you know, that's only 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away. I don't know. It's the 25th, so
it's coming up.
2 weeks away exactly, I guess. And that was my prediction. And so what we're doing is we're doing this contest. You get to pick. I'm going to do a trivia question. One member of my channel and one non-member of my channel, so we'll put at least 2 people on the board today, will win by answering the question right, and we'll give away a prize. The basic prize is a light little Oof Boopy. They're fun, they're cute. I don't know why I bought them. Yeah, I do, to give them away. And so someone will win some Oof Boopies. If you're a member of the channel, I will throw in a $25 Disney gift card just because I love my members and I want to kind of talk the members into staying members, kind of thing, because it's a blessing to us. Memberships has really been a nice blessing to me and the family and the channel. So we're going to do the contest right now because I think it's a good segue for talking about Shanghai Disney being open, and it'll get us talking about when we think the parks will be open. So when do you think the parks will be open? Again, you don't get to pick a date that someone else has picked. I just ask you for the date if you win. And if the date is taken, I'll say, well, that one's not open, but this one is and this one is. Does that make sense? I hope I explained that well. So you want to come up with a trivia question right now? Get it done early in the show?
A topic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she's going to give me a topic. I'm going to come up with a question. Here's how this works. The first person in chat that I see, it won't necessarily be what you see, because when you type it, the machine sees it faster, right? So the first one that I see in green, member, and in not green, non-member, 2 people get on the board. The first member and non-member to answer the question correctly. And what I'll try my best to do is not announce, yes, somebody's got it right, because then I give it away for the other one, whether it be a member or a non-member. You remember I've done that. Yeah. So I will try to wait to see who the first person, when we get the first person, a member and a non-member. I don't think my brain is working the same as my mouth today. Jay Skywalker in the house still has a better last name than me. Yeah. Resort Budgeting, good morning to you. Welcome in, guys. You guys make my day that you come to our morning show. It's amazing. I never thought we'd have a silly morning show, but I'm having a blast with it. That is considerate of the shoppers. I must have missed some comment. Yeah, it's a weird thing. The mask is a weird thing. I thought, well, it is what it is. Anyway, so you want to give me a subject and we'll come up with a question?
Sure.
Also, while she's thinking about it, Major League Baseball is going to get started. They're going to announce this week whatever the plan is. The players have to sign off on it, but they're going to start playing in June for practicing. It looks like the games are going to start in July. NBA started practices Friday. I think that the world is going to get up and running. The UFC ran a successful event over the weekend with nobody in the stands, so it's a good thing. I think the world's reopening, and some people don't want it to. I understand that. I'm excited about it. Anyway, subject?
Subject is Fantasyland.
Fantasyland. Good stuff. Fantasyland. Okay. I've got a subject. Let me come up with a
chance to win little Ofoofies. Ofoofies.
Fantasyland.
Minnie and Mickey.
So I'm thinking of a specific thing. Yes, here we go. Okay. Ready, set? So my sisters, hold on. I want to make sure I'm not wrong.
That would be good.
My sister's favorite ride. Hold on. I feel like I'm right, but I got to check.
Ready? Here comes.
Okay. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was my sister's favorite ride when she was a little kid. We called it Mr. Toad's Frog because she's funny and it was cute. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was based after Disney's adaptation of what book? Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was based on Disney's adaptation of what book? I just went there not too long ago for the anniversary, and we got a pretty cool pin. But I'm looking for the name of the book. The ride's story is loosely based on Disney's adaptation of what book? I see 2 members with the answer already. All right, I see the winner for the members. I gotta see Ichabod and Mr. Crane are the characters. There we go. Make It Blue and my mom. So my mom with Wind to the Wills. I'm gonna give it to Mar too. My Eileen and Mar, my mom and Mar came boom, boom, boom. So I'm going to give those 2 out. Let me write this down so I don't forget. Mom. It's weird to write Eileen. Mom and Mar were the 2 members who got the Wind to the Wills really quickly. And then Caitlin, not too long after, Make It Blue got it. Do you concur with that, Miss Paula?
I do.
Yeah, Ichabod and Mr. Toad. I love this ride. I got to be honest. I love this ride mostly because we laughed about it in my family. Mr. Toad's Frog was what she called it. I have more memories of the little tiny queue in Disneyland than I do of the ride. I do love that they have this segment where you go through hell and it's hot. And I remember how scary that was.
Yeah. Like, wow.
It's really great. And, part in that story, that classic cartoon, this very old cartoon, I don't even I know it now, but I don't have a memory of watching that part of it. But boy, do I have a memory of Ichabod Crane and, that Sleepy Hollow legend. My favorite Disney Halloween story up until, Nightmare Before Christmas, which I think is a Christmas story. I love it. I love that. So, yeah, a lot of people, you had Mr. Toad and Ichabod, Mr. Toad. What dates are, okay. So, Mar, I see, Mom, you're giving it to Mar. And Caitlin's already asking. So all three of you can have a date. I mean, I got many dates. So Mar, you're saying June 15th. Will you please watch it in case they give me another date?
Okay.
June 15th. Wow, that's weird. Look at this. Mar just asked for June 15th. Mom, Eileen, already has June 15th. What are the odds of that? So Mar, you can have the 13th or the 17th. You can also have the 12th or the 18th. Those are the closest dates to June 15th. Mom and Caitlin, you can also pick a date. If you pick a date that's taken, I'll tell you the dates that are closest. Caitlin, what dates in June are available? The 4th, the 10th, the 12th, the 13th, 17th, 18th, 19th. Just tell me the date you want. It'll go a lot faster. And then I'll tell you what day is closest to that. Great minds work alike. Amen. Amen. They do. They do. So, Mar, the 15th is taken, but you can have the 13th or the 17th. Mom wants September 1st. Ye of little faith. You can't have September 1st, Mom, but you can have the 2nd, or you can have the last day in August. Bloomin' Cheesin has the 1st. Mar says June 13th. Mar, you've got it. Mar, June 13th. Mom says September 1st. So again, Ma, you can have September 2nd or the last day in August. And Caitlin, give me a date you want, and we will put you down. And again, you're going to win a new poopy. There you go. The 2nd says Mom.
She said the 2nd. Yep, got it.
The winner of this contest, again, will be the person who picks the correct date when the park's open, and you will win a new foofy. And if you're a member, and even if you're not a member now, if you become a member when it happens, if you're a member when it happens, you will get a $25 gift certificate to Disney too. Mr. Toad is so memorable to me. The hell scene made an impression, right?
Yeah.
And they still have a little where Pooh is, because Pooh took over. They put the Pooh ride there, but they have we're talking about Walt Disney World, obviously.
Yeah.
They have a little homage. Is that the right use of the word? To Mr. Toad in there up on the wall. It's a picture. It's pretty cute. There we go. Make It Blue says June 19th. It will take a while to retrain the cast. Oh, okay. June 19th is the date you want?
June 19th.
Does that Make It Blue? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we added 3 to the contest. So the first date that's taken is May 16th. A couple days in May left. June is getting close to full, but a little more than half. July, a bunch of dates. August, a bunch of dates. September, we only have 3 dates in there. The longest one is Magic the Mouse, September 5th. The soonest is Tina McNeil, May 16th. So it'll be interesting. So even if you didn't get to get your name on the board, what days do you think? Do you think we're starting in May? Do you think we're starting in June? Interesting. Yeah, Pennsylvania counties are telling the governor, yeah, thanks for your opinion. We're going to open anyway. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Don't you wish you would bring back? Mr. Toad's ride was great. I think that nobody knows the story. I mean, The Wind of the Willows is a classic, but
yeah.
I mean, what is it? It's over 100 years old, right? I believe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I think it is. I would love to see Mr. Toad come back to Walt Disney World. It's still in Disneyland, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
I believe it is. Yeah. Yeah, because the Pooh ride that took over that space in Walt Disney World, they have Pooh's Corner, a whole section over in Critter Country in Disneyland.
Right. In Disneyland, the Pooh area is all over by Splash Mountain.
Say that again?
The Pooh area is all over by Splash Mountain.
Yeah. Sorry.
Where the bears used to be.
JLB Nerdy, didn't I pick the right date for Disney Springs opening? Honorable mention for that. I think you did. Yeah, the 20th. Yeah, you have May 20th. That's the day they're opening. Yeah. Well,
awesome.
I have not. It is not out of the question that they still open on that day. We've heard, is it appropriate to say rumor that DVC is taking dates in June?
Yep. I have DVC mom blog that I read every once in a while and just kind of see what's going on. And the lady that was looking for her date said June is available for DVC members only and everything was open.
What's the thinking there? Are they thinking some of the resorts will be open regardless of the parks?
Yeah, she's thinking DVC members are going to be able to jump in real quick.
But the parks potentially won't be?
Or limited capacity.
Would you go just to
hang at the resort?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I would too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I would too. I'd have to think that through. Because you're giving up a time where the parks wouldn't be open. But we've always talked about, wouldn't it be nice to just...
Yeah. The food's there, the
resort
pool's there. There's plenty to do.
Mm-hmm. Walt Disney World could take that new property and rebuild nostalgia rides. So, I mean, everybody loves that idea. I love that idea. I would go, but there's a reason they're nostalgia rides and they're not current rides. Nobody went. Like when people talk about, the Horizons that everybody talks about is the best ride ever. No, it's not. Because people weren't in line for it. If people were in line for it, they wouldn't have taken it down. People have beautiful memories of it. That's the thing. I would love a nostalgic property, but clearly it wouldn't be a financial play because people stop going. I mean, you don't take out a ride that people are still in line for. Yeah. It's all about ride load. I'm sure there will be some YouTubers in Disney Springs. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Hitchhiking Bones.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking not this Sunday, so 8 days ago now. I guess I was on Gonzo's show and Dev was there, and I don't remember who else was there, to be honest, but Dev was planning on checking out. So a week ago, he was going to go and see if the Character Warehouse stores were going to be open, which I guess they weren't, or I would have known. Why would you stay at the resort and use your DVC points and not be able to go to the park? Because the resorts are amazing. Have you been to the Poly? Have you been to, there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
Also,
it's still really fun.
I don't know though. I'm not sure that I would. I'm not saying I would, but I might. I mean, if she wanted to, obviously I would. You were a cast member of Disney Springs. Very cool, Caitlin. Still a close enough guess, Caitlin, right? But JLB Nerdy Disney isn't opening at Disney Springs, just third-party business. You were half correct. Well, I mean, so we don't know that yet. I think, does Dev have a Shanghai video up? Oh, I didn't see that. So I don't know for sure, but I suspect that the Disney shops in Disney Springs are likely not open, mostly about staffing. When you have the lower end of the staffing spectrum so young, college kids and such, they go home. They go wherever they go. Golf courses are open. Yeah, they should be. You social distance anyway. And so it's hard to get back that many people. Like,
that even happened to us.
Yeah.
Like our kids that were college students helping in the after school programs, they were sent home. They didn't, and they don't live near where we work. So
we have 11 total employees, 2 of which I wasn't sure if they were coming back. One did and one didn't, right?
Right. One did to take hours at the store. The others living with her mom and dad, not even close. So like 5 hours.
We're a little tiny organization with 11 people. Imagine having hundreds, tens of thousands. I don't know how many now. Gas in Arkansas, 148. Well, it's going to be an impossible task to do it on the instant. Now, people want their jobs. People want to get paid. The other issue is this unemployment thing where people are getting $600 more a week than they used to. I mean, if you're a 20, I was talking to my buddy in California, his, this is crazy. I don't think I've told you this. His wife's daughter, so his stepdaughter, I guess, is getting more than him right now. Like he's been working the whole time. He's working a full-time job. She does not, never has. And her check is more than his right now.
Right.
And she was at Lake Mead all last week, drinking and playing on the lake.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts? So it is what it is. So there's part of it that the curve is going to be hard to get people back at the bottom half of the employment.
They're making more staying home.
Which will ensure a slower reopening than anything else. At some point, and the politics is going to get crazy too. One side's going to try to send everybody a check. One side's going to tell everybody to go to work, and that will gum up the works. I think it might slow down things. I do. But I think opening the parks and opening the resorts at some capacity is going to happen pretty fast because it's time. People need to pay their bills. People need to pay their mortgage. Like, how long can you go not paying your mortgage or your rent? I think right now people are just assuming that it's going to be forgiven or deferred, and at some point people go out of business. You got to get a payment. I'll call that an honorable mention, JLB. My cousin likes log flume rides as well as I love log flume rides. Log flume rides are my jam. There's a really good one here in Arlington at Six Flags. I was pleasantly surprised by that log flume ride.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called, but Six Flags here in Arlington.
Close the last few times I went.
Yeah, well, they're very seasonal.
Very seasonal. Yeah.
Yeah. But that ride's fun. My nose is itching.
Yeah, that's Reagan's favorite story is when you were on the front of Splash Mountain. They put Jeff on the very front, and then the girls behind. And I think I was behind you, so it would have been like all the weight was in the very front.
What are you saying?
And then when we hit the bottom, it was a tidal wave over us.
You're welcome.
It actually came like over the boat, a huge wave, and went down into our laps. It was insane. And so Reagan is positive it's because they put Dad with the weight on the front.
She is positive of that. I don't know that she's wrong. She may be right.
It was crazy.
It is funny what
soaked
kids in your family or other families, the things that they remember.
Yeah.
And it's been years, but that is
her thing. And she also had like the story about Pastor John. Like that's her. Yes. It was like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Barely first met the guy.
Yes, he was in a dunk tank, and she threw the ball, and boom, hit it, and down he went instantly. And he said, "Somebody check her age." And she just thinks that's the best.
She's in love with him since then.
So every time she sees him, do you remember when I dunked you in the dunk tank? And he's like, yeah, Reagan, I do.
Because every time you walk by me in the hallway.
Every time you tell me.
The mall here is supposed to open tomorrow. The 12th. Nice. Rock and Robin, welcome in. Now somebody down here in Florida is thinking about helping people with rent. Good.
Wow.
Our mall opened yesterday. Are our malls open?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Because they're in Fort Worth, and Fort Worth had more of a lockdown than like Hood County.
Yeah. Malls are having trouble anyway, so this is going to hurt malls big time. Yeah, the election's going to be a mess. I will say, as someone who works as a minimum wage, I haven't been able to pay any rent. I still live with my mom and understand that I can't make the money to pay her bills and rent. I hate it so much. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a hard situation. So when do you guys think it's opening? It being the Disney parks. That's really what I want to know. Let's just talk about the month. Do you still think it's in May? I do.
The end of May.
Do you think it's June? I think that's
maybe June 1st.
I would put, if I had $100 to bet, I'd probably put 10 in May, and I'd probably put 85 in June, and I'd probably put 5 in July. Would be my prediction. What say you? What month do you think the parks are going to be open? I want to hear everybody in chat. Because I think it's obvious that Walt Disney World is going to be open before Disneyland. I think the California
well, it's very
political winds are just different.
It's not only the politics, the parks are very close. Like everything, your lines, everything, you're very close together.
June, says Sandy.
It's going to be harder to social distance in California.
It is. But
small.
I don't know. Then it says, this is insane. They're in the middle of a pandemic. We are watching in horror from across the pond. Please stay home. So where you at? Are you in England? Or somewhere in Europe? Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you're at, but Germany's reopened. Italy's reopened. June 90% sure. July 10% sure. June 7th for the win. I think June. May 31st, the day I picked. Resort budgeting for the win. Kidding. I think middle of June. Yeah, it sounds to me like people currently in chat are highly suspecting June. Rock and Robin says June 25th. Dennis, I'd be interested to see what you think. Yeah, it is what it is. It's interesting, you know, like all the rules and regs that people are putting up. I don't know why people don't know that. I think that we know it, but we don't want to believe that it's a local thing. It's different in one place versus the other, right?
Right.
It is what it is. Driving and ECV in the parks will be an interesting experience. ECV. Driving an ECV. I don't know what that is. Seriously, probably June. Third-party shops, we all know. I mean, yeah, third-party shops will be open, what, 9 days? Disney's going to need CPS to arrive soon. A lot of the hours are covered by them. College program. What did Paula pick? What did you pick? Did you pick a date? I don't think you're on our board.
I originally picked 4th of July. Okay. I thought that would be a fun time to open. But I think it's going to be earlier, honestly. That's the date I picked. But
you think it'll be earlier than that?
I think it'll be the end of May or June 1st.
Yeah, Rock and Robin, there's a video of it. It's open. They were just showing it on Watch the Fox Business, and somebody said that Deb's got a video on it. I've seen pictures. I've seen the articles. Can we turn the 25 gift card into Disney stock? Sure you could. Check out Weeble.com. I've got a referral link, or Robinhood. If you're interested in getting into the stock exchange, you can. Yes. I mean, it'd be 1/4 of a Disney stock. Disney stock's like 108 right now, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like, I really do feel like people are going to be mad at people for having a disagreement on this. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not. People are going to be, how dare you have a different opinion than me?
Well, and because
kill people.
They're living in such different viewpoints. I mean, some people are living where it's crazy, and other people there's no virus hardly anywhere.
All stores are open here, and restaurants starting to let dine in. I'm interested too on the side. Hey, we should stay closed forever. What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for it to go away? Because it won't. There's still the bubonic plague is not eradicated. It's still out there. That was in the Middle Ages. I think that, and then we talk about, well, no, you need a vaccine. Well, a poll I saw last week, if the vaccine was available today and it was proven safe, about 25% of people would not take it. And the flu vaccine's been out there for years, and more than 25% of the people do not take it. Yes, I am English, but I've been in Greece. Oh, Greece. I would love to see Greece someday. All this year, under very strict lockdown here, only 2,700 cases versus 1.4 million in the U.S., only 151 lost here versus 1,000. Lockdown works, please. So how are you guys? Are you open? Are you closed? Is business open? Is everybody going to work? Is everybody watching Netflix? What are you guys doing? We went into lockdown as soon as the first case arrived. And how is the economic side of it working? Is everybody? How are you guys paying to live there? I mean, I haven't heard anything about Greece. Greece is a beautiful. I would love to see Greece, and there's a lot of. I guess there's been some interesting articles. Is it New Zealand who had basically nothing as it related to cases? I'd be interested to check on Greece. We went in a lot. Okay, I read that. I heard people are really mad. I guess because. Yeah, well, that's some of it too, Sandy. People are getting crazy, stressed out, staying in the house. I don't know that I am on the side of staying in the house is an effective way. I think it doesn't make a lot of sense to close yourself up. So that's a little. I'm not a doctor, but it doesn't pass the smell test for me. But you know, I think people think lockdown is preventing cases, and I think what lockdown is doing is stopping the spike,
extending. Right, flattening the curve.
You're not getting rid. You know, flattening the curve isn't not getting the virus. Flattening the curve is not getting the virus all at once.
Right. So we don't overrun the hospital.
So whether it be Greece or Texas, it hasn't had it a lot. That's not about staying in. That's about the hospitals not getting a spike. I think people are confused by that, but I don't know. Don't need angry people all over buying more guns. Well, I mean.
Yeah. Also, it's warmed up here. I mean, North Carolina really, really hot here. We've had some really warm, sunny days. And
yeah, it's beautiful.
Kind of helps.
I mean, it seems to help. I don't know. People are mad about thinking that too. See, there you go. Major League Baseball's to unveil their reopening plan. Yeah, that's coming out this week. Christine says we also had snow. That's crazy to have snow in late May, or well, May, not late May. There was an article on Google about people volunteering to be injected with small doses of the. Yeah, so people are having. They did that. People used to have measles parties.
Yeah. To build up your own antibodies.
Yeah, I mean, why do we want to have an antibody test, right? Are we preventing a spike or prolonging it? We're preventing a spike and prolonging it. The idea of staying in is to have the hospitals not be overrun. You can't stop it from going through the populace. That's not possibility. That's not. I think people don't understand that. That's not possible, and that's not the goal. The goal has been achieved to make sure that the hospitals didn't get overrun. That's why everybody's freaking out about ventilators. And you know where it was worst in America. What's his name? Como, who seems to have done a really good job with those briefings or whatever. He said, okay, it worked. We're good. We're good in the case that everybody who needed a ventilator got a ventilator. That was what people were concerned with. Anyway. Yeah, Jay Skywalker. I love it when people say, we don't need more guns around here. We already have enough. Yeah, I don't understand why people are afraid of guns, but that's a whole other thing. I don't want to go into that. T. Marie in New York, we are having more cases coming out of people with the virus who haven't been going out. When you're in all the time, you don't. If you're sitting in the house and you think that prevents you from getting the virus, you just don't. You haven't read, I guess.
Well,
you don't understand.
I mean,
you don't understand.
Our immune system
that's not real.
Work well when we're exposed to stuff.
Kansas.
And I think that's with our daughter who was immune compromised as a child. The immunology people said, don't keep her inside, get her out. Like, she needed to be exposed. And it was like against everything I wanted to do as a mom. But they were like, you can't keep her in the house all the time. She has to have exposure. And they were right.
The lockdown has worked. Again, we're talking about Greece here. Needed government permission via text. See, that's terrifying. Needed government here. Here I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Terrifying. Needed government permission via text reply to go out. You don't think that's nuts? You're only being asked to sit on your couch. I mean, who's paying for your rent? Who's paying for your food?
Who's running your businesses?
I would be interested to see that.
Yeah.
It's inconvenience, but it has. Okay. See, I think that's what people think. I think they think that because we stayed in the house or because we're staying in the house, we're keeping the virus from spreading. I don't think that's what it was. I think we're keeping the virus from spiking, so as the hospitals don't get overrun. I think there's a misnomer that people think staying in is keeping the virus from spreading. It's not. It's keeping the virus from spiking. It's extending it. It's lowering the top curve. I don't know. Being out in the sunshine helps. Go out and work in the garden. I mean, yeah, there seems to be people that are mad to say that. But, yeah. I'm afraid of guns because my sister is scared of a school shooting. Don't be scared. Fear is a liar. You're gonna have more pain from the fear than don't be crazy. Don't be scared of stuff. You're good. Being out in the sunshine works. Anyway, okay, interesting stuff. Interesting feedback. I think people have different views on that. Yeah. Dennis, if you're in Greece, I don't know if you're interested in playing our little game, but I'd love to know when you think the Disney parks are going to be open. I don't know how connected you might be to that, but I see your name in chats all the time, so I'm guessing you follow Disney pretty close. I would love to know what somebody in Europe thinks as it relates to when we're going to open the parks. You know, my buddy Disney Dan and Dougie, we were talking about that, and they had differing opinions, obviously, too, because it's just you live in a different place. I'm fascinated. I'd love to know what anyone in Greece or anywhere else. No sorry allowed. UV index in New Orleans is at 9. I don't know what our UV index is, but it's beautiful here. Yeah, Barbara, I didn't want to talk about the virus, but we're talking about the virus. That's for dang sure. Talking about when the Disney parks are going to open. I don't believe in having gun violence. Does not solve anything. Okay, cool. I hope no bad guys come at you. Yeah, bad guys believe in guns, but that's a whole other thing. So we're getting all political. I don't want to get all political. So it's a beautiful day here in Texas. It's a beautiful day because
sunny, blue skies.
God is good and we're doing good. And that there's a little bit of not guilt, but that it's weird. Like we're still thriving. And maybe that's just because we've been blessed. You know, I don't have any family members who have been thumped by this. I don't have any family members who've been thumped by a car accident, or, you know, we're doing great. We had Mother's Day yesterday or over the weekend. It was a blessing. It was nice. We got to see the kids. Nice. Myers of the Mouse. Decision was made. We will be homeschooling. Well, awesome. I know somebody who will teach you how to spell schooling. I think so. If you need any help, we can help you. I go out. If it is my time, it is my time. Yeah, I wasn't meaning you weren't smart. It makes sense that they can. I don't. You're good. I don't think staying home is going to keep us from getting it. Just wondering if each spike. Yeah. So I don't know. So my personal opinion is there won't be more spikes. My personal opinion is there will be a bunch of things that happen. People get sick and they're going to attribute to that, and people are going to flip the heck out. I think that people, right, Mama? I think that people are afraid to not be afraid. I've said that before. My grandpa was seriously impacted, and it was close to losing him, and I'm in North Carolina, and him in Chicago. It's scary stuff, right? Scary stuff. I lost my grandpa too. It wasn't of COVID, but scary stuff. Now is a friendly game of chess is a good way to settle a decision-making. Best option over fighting. Okay. Tell that to the dude coming at you with the gun. I thought y'all might do that. I think it's a great decision. A lot of people are afraid to do it. Don't be. I'll say it. Whether you're talking about COVID, or you're talking about homeschooling, or you're talking about driving to work, or you're talking about lightning storm, fear is way worse than the actual stuff most of the time. Christine says, I would say June 15th, opening day for Orlando. That's a good one. June 15th is, I would say most of the predictions have taken a June date on our little contest. Yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, we're giving away a new foofy. And if you're a member of the channel, when you win, if you win, I'm going to throw in a $25 gift card on our little contest. We added 3 names. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. 3 names to the schedule, to the calendar today, and it's fun. It's fun. But mostly I did it because I wanted to see what other people thought. And if you're far away, if you're in Greece, if you're in Europe somewhere, if you're in Australia, if wherever you're at, I'm even more interested in your opinion. I think that the people in New Zealand are probably like, what are you doing? Why aren't you going? Like people in Texas, again, it struck me interesting that I had 2 of my friends from California both say, hey, are you following all the rules? As if
they're not the same per area.
It's
even
crazy.
Here in Texas, it's different per county.
I think people get confused on how big this planet is.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Are you afraid of earthquakes? Are you afraid of tornadoes? Now a friendly game of chess. Okay, I read that. I thought y'all might do that. I love that. Just I'm way behind. COVID-19, he got out of the hospital, and I am beyond blessed. I've been wanting him to walk me down the aisle. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. My friend in New Jersey has his mom in a residential care home. She had CV-19, recovered. Good, good. I love that. I love that. Good stuff. Interesting stuff. Good conversation. I will say this: if you're somebody who's mad because somebody has a disagreement with you, me or otherwise, you gotta reconsider that world decision, that choice. I think that there's a bunch of people who want to be mad at people who disagree with them. In general, I call it the Facebookization of people. It is what it is. Earthquakes, no way. Tornadoes, yes. Right? Barbara knows. Barbara and I both lived in a place where there were earthquakes, and we were never afraid of them. No, and then now that I live in a place with tornadoes, those are to be feared. Right?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
well, fear, obviously you don't want to be fearful, but to be respected.
Yeah,
if the horn's going off, pay the heck attention.
Right.
We have a weather radio here because tornadoes need to be respected. I said fear, I mean, I joked by that.
I mean, it's different with tornadoes. You know weather's here. You know there's a possibility. It's not usually just something that out of the blue happens. Where an earthquake, it's kind of out of the blue.
Yeah.
But I
but
guess
it very rarely
raised with it.
It very rarely takes out people in well-developed. I mean, if you live in India, you everything falls apart. If you live in Europe, where they didn't have codes and they built things 500 years ago, everything falls apart.
It just makes you, in California, I remember thinking every few days you'd have a little moment where you're like, did I just have vertigo? And it wasn't. It was, a little tiny earthquake. If you're walking.
Christine, what would be involved for Disney hiring, training, housing staff? How much would it be? A couple days, 4 to 10 days, probably, depending on the role. I'm guessing, obviously, but Jay, New Zealand, they can tell you what we'll tomorrow will bring. They're 15 hours ahead, right? It's already tomorrow over there, or it's late tonight there now. Oh no, I didn't mean to imply you didn't think I was smart. You guys are good. You guys are good. We're all good. Have you seen Wizard of Oz? Right?
Yeah.
Earthquakes, tornadoes, and lightning are not contagious. That's a good point. That's a good point. It will take. I hope you're not mad, Dennis. I sent you R. If you are, you shouldn't be. It will take a few weeks. Take longer. It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm just going to say. I think people are afraid to not be afraid. I think they feel like we're supposed to be afraid. I think somehow that makes people think that there's almost like a superiority thing. Thinking, if they're not afraid, they're bumpkins. And it is what it is. I mean,
again, it's just people are in different areas. I mean, the one person that's here with the 10% death rate, that's your news and everything around you is going to be pretty scary. So listening to it would create fear. Here, it's just not.
I don't know that I know what a 10% death rate is. If that means 10% of the people who get it die, it's not stats I've read about anything. Anyway.
Right. But every area.
And if that means 10% of the people die, that's just not real. I think that this is a highly contagious disease. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Dennis. Good. I think it's a highly contagious disease that has a mortality rate in line with the flu. Mm-hmm. People don't like when I say that. Obviously, it's more dangerous than the flu, obviously, because it's insanely more contagious.
Right.
For every person who gets it, it used to be as high as 10 were getting it. Now it's as low as 1 are getting it, 1 to 1, and they're trying to lower that. And that's where the distancing does work. But it works for now. You're not going to stay in saran wrap in your closet forever.
Right.
And it's not going away. Like, even with a vaccine, it doesn't go away. We put it in us so we can beat it. It's here. They don't go away. The bubonic plague is still here. So to open up the NBA, which will be happening, to open up Major League Baseball, to open up Walt Disney World, to open up movie theaters, to open up whatever, it's going to happen. And there will be some risk involved with that, just like there's risk to go out when there's lightning. There's risk to drive in a car. And, I think this Disney Channel, for me, I'm going to be excited when Disney opens. I think that people will be giddy with anticipation over, see, somebody got sick. See, somebody died. And I think that people get sick going to Disney, and on occasion they're going to pass away from what they get all the time. You get sick going everywhere. People We are a social animal. We connect with people. You know, people sneeze, people share it. It's not a new thing that we can catch a cold, and it is a cold virus, and get sick. And so for me, opening up the Disney parks, opening up Major League Baseball, it's going to work. I see it as a good thing. I do. I was in merchandise, longest as leaders, coordinators. Okay. It's just very upsetting to see what is going on in the U.S. People are being misled by the leadership. I may be across the pond, but Walt Disney World is my home park. I love that. That's so cool. Even Kasim there. I love that. Yeah, I mean, I love the park too. Disneyland's my home park. Yeah, I don't know if they're being misled. I mean, maybe they are. I don't really have a strong opinion on that, I guess. I think that people want to be mad at people. I don't know. I don't know that this is anybody's fault. I guess there's some people who consider it, there may be some fault there. I think that viruses happen, and I think immunity happens, and I think we move forward. I think if this is the one that takes out the planet, this will be the first and the last, but it's not, it won't. I mean, the mortality rate is less than 1%. I don't know. Read. Car accidents are not contagious. I mean, they kind of are. You don't get in the car. I think that the contagion, if your argument is, I can't go out because something's contagious, the flu's contagious, the coronavirus that's not COVID-19 is contagious. I mean, we do take risk is what we're saying. And we either live with the risk or we go underground. I don't know. Maybe we should all get on that train and never get off.
No, I'm good.
My college program set up 2.5 weeks. Cool. The commercial that says kids who don't share will share germs, right? I love Disney World too. It's really your home. I mean, right? That's cool. Be conceived. You win. I love that. Nostopia is the fear of disease. Okay. Interesting world. Interesting conversation. I appreciate everybody's thoughts. You know, it is what it is. I think that I definitely have a strong opinion, and it's that, you know, fear is worse than almost everything. I don't think you should run around like an idiot through fire. Hope you don't get burned. But I think it's time. It's just my opinion. I do think that people can stay home. I think that there's a false sense of security staying home. I think that if there's a spike, it's going to be because everybody was in the dang house and they came out.
Right.
And our immunities are stronger when we're out and about. I think that's just obvious, but what do I know? But I'm excited. That's so cool. And the contemporary, that is so cool. I want to know more, but maybe that's inappropriate for me to ask. But that is so cool. I love it. So much has happened in the contemporary. The history of him and the history of, well, the Beatles broke up there, right?
Yeah.
Didn't Nixon give his I'm not a crook speech there? Something along with Nixon.
Yeah, there's
one of those things.
History.
And you know what? I've never been in the contemporary. I mean, I've been in the monorail, but I've never been in the contemporary. Be interested too, like the Greece and anybody else who's far away. So Dennis, can I ask you directly? We're almost done with the show, so this might be a good time. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I think I am. You're in Greece. You love Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World will be open in June or July or August or whenever it gets open. Mom brags about that. I would too. When will you go? Like if the Disney parks are open in the fall and you're able to come, because I don't know your personal situation, will you come when it's open? Will you take longer? What would be, and this is for anybody who's far away, anybody who's not in America, I'd be very interested in your opinion on this. Like, obviously it's going to be open. Like, my point is Major League Baseball is going to be open. NBA is going to be open. Malls are going to be open. And some people are going to be ready and some people are going to be not ready. If you're in Europe, so Barbara is also from another country that's called Idaho. And so she says, it is Idaho, right? And she says opening day. She brought home an extra souvenir. Dennis, okay, I thought it was Dennis. So you're in Greece. So if I'm right in that we'll be open sometime between now and the fall. Like, I have a trip planned in October. I have a trip planned in December, and I have a trip planned in, they were just talking about concerts, so I was reading, next year. And I'll be going to all three of them, I'm quite sure. If you had, hey, Magic the Mouse TV, what's going on, Bill? If you had a plan this year, would you come? If you had scheduled trip this year, would you come? I love watching the fireworks at the bridge. They're talking about social distancing at concerts. Tracy McCready, who I've never heard of, but it sounds like a name maybe. He's a country guy, it looks like. He's to host the first socially distant concert in Arkansas. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work.
Our church doing the drive-in service,
There you go.
Is like a social distance.
So they're showing a concert in Denmark and everybody's in their cars, which is how we did
that's how we're doing
our church is doing it.
We have a very large church, so it's
I would do that. What I'm seeing on TV right now, they're all sitting in their car and the dude's up on the stage. I would do that. That's actually cool.
That's how we're doing
How the heck do you drive out of that? That would be
we have ushers, just like Disney, that take everybody out of the... And they have like honk your horn if you're saying this, or if you agree, flash your lights. There's like a bunch of interactive things you do with your car.
Yeah, I saw that was crazy.
And then we have people on horseback that's kind of security, kind of going through some ones like getting close.
Even if it comes to a time where the face mask would be optional, I'll still go to Walt's World wearing a face mask. I am booked for Labor Day weekend, August, right? 2 adults, thinking that most parents will not take their kids out of school on the first week, especially. I think more people are going to take their kids out for school. I think, and this is probably going through my brain, my filter. I remember being told by a school, our kids went to public school for a while, and we would take the kids to Disney on a Friday fairly often. And they sent us a letter saying, hey, you need to stop taking them out. And I said, yeah, sure, we're going. So I think people are more likely to go do things. I think, what are we waiting for? Them to turn 18, so they're going to want to hang with us more. I think that's crazy. Drive-in movies maybe have come back. Drive-in movies are fun. I love doing virtual concerts. You need to not do that. I love doing virtual concerts since I can't physically go to one. My hearing loss is benefiting from the time in the world for music. Nice. Just for the record, the Beatles broke up at the Poly. Oh, that's right. They did, right? That's right. That was right down the road. Some schools don't start until after Labor Day. Yeah, we haven't made any announcements out here. Interesting. Good stuff. Good stuff. Mama, are you going live? Is Mama and the Mouse still here? Are you going live here in 4 minutes? Pat Flynn goes live. I'll be listening to the Pat Flynn show. It's called The Income Stream. It's awesome. There's Dennis. I will wait and see next year. I let my AP lapse. Wow. Even if they fully reopen Walt Disney World this summer, my sister won't take the children this summer. I don't like to go then. Boy, it is hot. No, it is hot.
I never go in the summer.
We don't go in the summer either. We'd go to Disneyland.
I won't even do that in summer. It's too hot there too.
She hates heat more than I hate heat. But so, yeah. And I think that's going to be part of it. And I think that's actually, okay, there you go, Myers and Mouse. I'll talk about that in a minute. I think that's going to be a benefit. There's going to be people who are going to be more risk. Some people are more risk averse. Some people are less risk averse, right? And I think that that's a good thing. I think that will allow for, I mean, let's be real. If I'm a Disney fan and I see everybody's in line and fast passes are being hailed and everybody's doing it, right? And everybody's going to be waiting for that spike that isn't going to happen any more than any other spike's going to happen. It's not going to go away. The bubonic plague is still in squirrels. It's still out there. Nobody dies of it. I mean, that's what we need to get to. The first wave of a bad virus takes out people, and after that, we have herd immunity, right? So anyway, I feel like I need to apologize. Boy, a whole lot of virus talk. I think it's my fault because we got this contest, and it assures that we talk about it because, it is what it is. So I hope you guys had fun. I think this was a little bit of a downer show today on my end, so I apologize for that. Again, we're giving away a new foofy. All you got to do is show up to the show, pick a date, or answer the question right. One member and one non-member at least get on the board every day. Today we had 3 people getting on the board. The first date on the board we have, the people are predicting the Disney parks in America will reopen is May 16th. The last date is Bill, who's in the chat, September 5th or 6th or 5th. And it's exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. I still think Memorial Day was my pick, and I'm going to stick to it. I think there's probably 99% chance we'll be open before the end of June, but my date is and will be Memorial Day. She picked the 4th of July, but she thinks it's going to start before that. Mm-hmm. And
I think that would be a fun time to start.
Barbara says life goes on. I would go today. I would go today too. I would. I mean, but easy for me to say. I mean, here in Texas, we're open.
Right.
I don't live where we've had anything horrible happen. And Florida, everybody predicted Florida to have a horrible outbreak, and it never happened. I'll say it again. The people of the villages have been golfing every day, and they are elderly. You will love Greece. I really want to see Greece. There are a few places on the planet that are high on my list, and Greece has always been one of them. I love history. I love the beach. I love the Mediterranean. I thought I was Italian, but my mom lied to me. Mom, okay. But I love the idea of Greece. I've never been there. Gorgeous, yeah, island life. Dennis, you might have a neighbor someday that looks a lot like me. I doubt it, but I would love it. I really, Greece is high on my list. I would love to see that. Would love to hang out on a boat. I love the architecture of it. I love Greece. I've been fascinated by Greece. And again, I love history. Hey, Peanut, long time no see, man. How are you? You do know that you are not taking any reservations through June now, don't you? I do. I think they are actually, hold on. They are taking some reservations in June. I think it's just interesting how you phrase that. It's just weird. People are stating things to prove their point. They are taking reservations in June, correct?
DVC only.
So was that a yes or a no? Okay. Yeah, and the food, right. Not a downer, good show. Thank you. I don't know. I brought myself down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I would go today if they have turkey legs, right? I don't want to be honorary Italian. Can I be honorary Greek? I am in a high risk group. I would still go. I would go back to Walt Disney World today. Good one, Eileen. Hi, Jeff. Hey, Tina. I was just talking about you, Tina. Tina McNeil in the chat. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member of the channel. She is the most positive on the, I guess that's the right way to say it, right? The most aggressive on the picks. She has May 16th on her little contest. Any cost of living is very affordable for EU. Visit Athens, but the islands are where it's at. I would love to see Athens. I would love to see the islands. I would love to have Dennis give me a tour someday. Not a downer. Good. I felt like I was a downer. Did you feel like I was being a downer?
No, I don't think you were being a downer. It's just the topic's like, nah.
I think, you know what it is? I'll be honest with you, friends to friends. It's 10 o'clock, so we're going to end here. And I'm going to invite you all to go over and say hello to Mama from Mama and the Mouse. I'm over it. I don't want to talk about negativity. I'm like, I want to be bringing positivity to you guys, and I want to be receiving it and giving it to my family and my employees and our customers and the kids that we serve that I haven't seen in months. It's been months now. And I don't feel stuck in the house. I feel stuck in people's viewpoints. I feel like people want everyone else to think the way they think, and I'm a little down on the political season that we're about to embark on, and I just want to talk about Disney and baseball and football and bacon. So hurry up. Good snacks. Hurry up and open Disney Park so I can get over it. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Please, Mama from Mama and the Mouse. That's pretty funny. Mama from Myers and the Mouse is going live right now. Also, Pat Flynn on the income stream. I will be in both streams at least for a little bit, and then we're going to head off to work. But I'm working from home. She's going out there today. Mar in Memphis. Thank you so much. Furnished flats can be had monthly for about $350. Wow. Air conditioning and Wi-Fi. Really? Wow. Well, see you later. Awesome. Do they have? I put money into DVC points. Do they have GVC points? Because I might need to do that. Okay. Have a great day. Dean, have a great day. Mar, have a great day. Hitchhiking Bones, my fellow Texan, have a great day. Tina, welcome in. Dennis, welcome in. You stay safe in Greece. My mom in the house. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms, even though it's one day later. Barbara, I love you. Glad you're here. Just admit defeat. They won't. No, whatever. Caitlin, thanks for being here. Dennis, thanks for being here. I'm not catching all the names, I know, but thank you so much. We're a little bit over time. Get over to Mama and the Mouse. Mama on Myers and the Mouse and or Pat Flynn is where I'll be. Hope you guys all have a great day. We will be here tomorrow, 9 o'clock our time, here in the Central Time Zone. No idea what time that is in Greece, but I might have to look it up.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys, for your time. I really appreciate it. Moderators, members of the channel, people, Ninja watching, and everybody in between. Thank you. Have a great day. Go wash your hands. Fear's a liar. Don't let it win. See you soon.